Hi, everyone. So here I got a question that is it working on corp to corp position or contract to hire position or a full-time position, which will have a better future if you change your position, your next career, right? You might have the same kind of thought maybe in your mind that if you are working only on contract positions or a full-time position, what would I be doing after I change my job? So here, if we need to look in details, contract positions, right? Contract positions are fast moving positions. It will have only one round, sometimes two rounds, or maximum of three rounds, which will follow with in-person interview or Skype or video interview after telephonic. All right, because we know a start date is for every contract position, we'll come get a tentative start date or an end date. Okay, and the background check process also pretty smooth unless it is associated with any sort of security clearance. Let's say DoD or any top secret or public trust clearance. It takes 3 to 4 weeks of time before we onboard. But for contract positions, hiring managers move faster. Okay, so what the recruiter has to do is the moment position comes in, recruiter has to jump in the market and get the best talent before it goes and taken by another recruiters. So it means you need to have the alertness, you need to know the skills, how you can attract your candidate, and the third is you need to know how you can talk to the candidate so that that person sticks to you till that person joins the project. And you need to have a better clarity on the job and on the candidate, on the client, and how fast they are moving, what is the interview process and everything, so that you can share with the candidate and pick that candidate from the market and submit it. And one more thing that you definitely give to keep that in your mind when you're working on a contract position and you find a full-time guy, full-time candidate that currently working and would be interested to join your contract position, you need to be cautious, because full-time guys, they are fixed mindset, they are settled. Okay, they are not habituated of changing jobs now and then. They have the environment and the way you are working, you and me are working, right? As a full-time employee, we know how the company, the colleagues, how long the project is going on, so on. Unless there is a genuine reason which you feel is, yes, this person is not going to ditch me or will not have any surprises at the end, then you can submit. But only submit contract people who has a contract, long-term contract in the resume, submit them to contract role. And coming to the contract to hire, it also moves faster because contract is associated there. And coming to the full-time, for full time, there might be 5, 6, 7 rounds of interviews. There would be a long background checks, and that position takes a lot of time to get filled, because client will be looking for someone who is fit with their mindset, their cultural fit, how that person will gel with the existing team member, how that person can bring value to the client, and how that person would be better fit to grow their current situation to a better manner. So everything the hiring manager and the owner of the company needs to evaluate before they take a decision. So here, as a recruiter, if you are working, one moment. Yes. So as a recruiter, if you're working on contract positions only, then you just need to shift your mind a little bit. If you're getting a full-time position, that you need to be more, detailed in asking questions. You need to dig deep in your asking when you're asking question. You need to find the real interest of that person changing the current role. So in the same way, if you worked in a full-time position, you don't have to be like, most of the time for full-time, we rely on passive candidates. And at the same time, we understand this process is going to take long time. So we'll have in the thought that, okay, I'll keep on working on this position. Once I get a good candidate, I'll submit, because client will not have anything. So here, in contract position, you will not have that kind of waiting period. You need to be fast. And a full-time position, you need to send the best one, cross checking the cultural fit, what exactly the client, what kind of human, the person the client is looking for. So here, if you have worked on a full-time position and you are moving to a role on contracting, that could be a little bit problem because you may not have exposure to work on corp to corp, how the vendor works, how to evaluate fake candidates, how to see how the documentation, what are the process there, and how fast it's all about mind. It's all about mind. How fast you think to move to the job board and get a candidate and submit, because it's a fast pace. Because you don't submit within hours or a day, this position is going to be closed. So it's all about mindset. And one more thing is, it is not rocket science. Someone has worked only on contract role, they can work on full-time positions, and someone who has full-time positions that they work for a longer period of time, they can work on contract role, but it's going to take some time. You need to have patience, and you need to learn things, how the contract recruiter thinks, and how what kind of candidates you need to evaluate. All right. I hope you like this video, and if you think it's valuable, do share that with your friends and anyone who is interested. Do let me know your comments or what sort of things that the challenges you are facing. Let me see if I can help you with my wisdom. Thank you very much. This is Suman Pachigulla on a mission to impact 5 million lives. Bye bye. There it is. Yes.